Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, in today's episode, we're going to discuss the last three games of the round, the ones that made me go nuts. Okay, we're going to talk about the Sunday games. Now, Saturday was disaster. Sunday, there were games that were good, and there was one game that was absolute disaster, the Gold Coast game. We're going to go through all those now. We go to our last video, which is the Carnage video we put up a couple of days ago, and we have a couple of thank yous I want to make. First one goes to I don't really like cheese. Okay, this is the man who hates cheese. Just calm it down. Anyway, he donated $8. He says here, cash to make up for Green's 40k loss. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We had one more, okay, and this man here is a legend, okay. Let me find him. Here he is, Mike Gibbo. He's giving me another 2 coffees. He gives me a coffee every week. Just want to say thank you to this legend. Now, before we start up going through the games, this is what we scored this week. Okay, we scored a 22-57. I actually thought it was a bad score, but it was a top 3%. I was shocked, okay, because I could have sworn I was having a bad week. So we went up in the rankings, went to rank now. The Spuds are now ranked at number 108. Okay, now the Spuds are chasing a top 10. Okay, they got a bit of work to do, but the gap has shortened right down. The problem is, all the good teams are in the top 100. Just come on down. Okay, we're going to have to find a way to break into this now. Anyway, let's move on now. We're going to get through all the leagues towards the end of the video. So let's go through all the matches that played on Sunday. Now, if you want to have a summary of all the games that were played on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, that's on my last video. Okay, now, today we're only going to do the Sunday games, plus we are then going to go through some of the heat maps of all the weekend's games and go through some players of interest. Okay, we're going to do that as well. So let's go off, first of all, with the Sunday game. Now, the one that interests me the most here out of the Richmond team is Jaden Short. Now, he had 115 supercoach points, 22 kicks, 6 handballs, 28 touches. Looks like the old Jaden Short's back. Okay, now we can't get him here. We're going to watch him. Okay, we're going to look at his heat maps in a minute, look at the kick-ins, and then we're going to work out his price. The good thing is we can watch him for another week. I know he's going to be about 350k from memory, and that's cheap. Especially, you don't want Jaden Short as your D6, but you want to get him as your D7. So now, there's Cheezels available as a D7 as well. However, this week, with so many bargains available, you can also get Jaden Short as your D7. So it might be good to just wait and just get Short instead. So it's something I'm going to think about. Anyway, Short had a good game. Now, going further down at Richmond, Liam Baker, who has forward eligibility, and a lot of teams, or a lot of us, were sort of hoping that he can be a top 6. I don't think he's going to be a top 6. He scored a 60. He had the right role as well, so the role was there. Just his scoring wasn't. So cross off Liam Baker into your forward line is a no good. Okay. Now, going further down, Tyler Sonzi. Now, you probably missed him at his cheap price. He's probably gone up to 200k now, but had the midfield minutes. But I don't know if I would pay 200k for Sonzi, even though he scored an 81. Probably pass on Sonzi now. You want to get the cheaper rookies. Now, going further down at Richmond, Naismith finally made up some cash. He made 50k for us this week. If you held him from the start of the season, we finally got our reward. We got 50k out of him. Now, I'm not sure if he'll play next week. He got subbed out as well. But if he does, he might make another 20k, and that'll be the end of him. Okay, so, but that's still good, because you can then trade him out to a 102k ruck forward. At the moment, you can even just bank 80k cash. Okay, cash, just coming down. And going back into the Richmond forward line, Shai Bolton, he scored a 36. Let's have a look at what because Shy Bolton, we know, can also score 130s. He's the kind of player you don't want to have in your starting team, but he's a player you want to have on the bench that can go 130s or 50s, okay? So let's have a look at Shy Bolton. The problem with Shy Bolton also is that a lot of his games are late. So you don't get an early look at Shy Bolton. You get a late look at him. So that's sort of scary. But anyway, let's have a look at Shy Bolton's price coming up. Now, if you can recall, a couple of weeks ago, I said Shy Bolton, he was 550k. I said, don't touch him. I said, wait till he gets to about 450k, then start considering him. Well, if he scores a 100 this week, and then another 100 the following week, he gets to 450k, okay? So, and that's giving him 100s. Now, if he scores another 50, let's say 60, let's give him a 70. Let's go 70 next week. Then a couple of hundreds back to back. He drops to 430k. Shy Bolton now is on our radar at around about 450 to 430k, and at that price, I would get him because he'll become the perfect M7. You want to have about 7 forwards. F7. You want to have 7 forwards in that forward line to rotate them. Because one of them is going to be a spud. So you got to find the better ones on the day. Like Fife, for example, didn't play. You could have switched with Shy Bolton. Okay, anyway, let's continue. Now we go to Freo Dockers. And we go to Luke Ryan, 197. Okay, now this is unbelievable. I actually put up a tweet and I deleted the tweet. Okay, and the tweet, because it was getting too scary. In the tweet I said, if Luke Ryan goes to 200, I'm going to bleach my hair blonde. And the minute I did that, I looked at his score, it's 185. I had to delete the tweet. Just calm it down. Okay, the tweet got deleted. Okay, anyway, he got to 197, so I didn't have to bleach my hair anyway. What a jet. And he's got St Kilda coming up soon, so he's going to go another big score. His break even is very low now. If you're going to get Luke Ryan, it's now or never, because he's going to 700k. Okay, I would look at getting Luke Ryan as soon as possible. However, there are other bargains available right now. We're going to go through all the bargains, and Luke Ryan actually is still a bargain. Would you believe this? Now, Caleb Sarong didn't let people down. 137. If I had a loop, I would have vice-captained Gorn and captained Sarong. That cost me 20 points or 26 points. Anyway, Sarong, another gun. Now, Hayden Young scored a 130. There was no Fife, and Hayden Young even had 14 contested possessions. He never has that many contested possessions. He had a day out. He's normally the outside man. This time he was the inside man, and he did really well. If you don't have him, I wouldn't rush to get him. He's probably 8th to 10th in that defensive group right now, although he could be higher because of Sheasel's not doing too well right now. Anyway, going further down, Sharp scored the 80 this week. Some of you may have traded him out, but it doesn't matter if you did, because he's very inconsistent. Luke Jackson scored an 86, and that's with Shrek not playing in the last quarter, so that's actually disappointing. The owners would have been so happy when they didn't see Shrek, but he's going to play next week, Shrek is. So Luke Jackson, 86, he's not doing it, okay? He's as bad as Powell at North Melbourne for us right now in the forward line. He's just as bad as Powell. Nothing different, except he has DPP. Now, going further down, Cooper Simpson is on a bubble. He scored 17, and he was, at half time, he had no score. He was on 0, okay? He was the same score as Fife at half time. Actually, Cooper Simpson played the whole game. Fife played 1 quarter. They got the same score. That's how bad Cooper Simpson was. So, I pass on Cooper Simpson if you want to get him next week. And is there anyone else here of interest? I think that's about it. And Fife. Actually, let's talk about Fife. Let's have a look at how much Fife is going to cost us soon, because he's another one of interest. Fife and where is he? Fife and Bolton could ideally be the best combo for your F7, F6. Them two. Okay, let's have a look at Fife's price. Now, I've given Fife 290s back to back. he's going to be about 380k. So you can get 5 for 380k, and you can get Bolton for 420k, just say. So you're looking roughly around about 800k for 2 forwards, okay? And you can have one of them on the bench and rotate them two around. It could be a good deal. Anyway, let's continue. Now we go to the Dogs and the Hawks game. This is a game I really want to talk about, especially at the Dogs. Let's put these Supercoach points back to where they should be. Now, the Bont, 142, okay? Now, if you don't have him, maybe it's time to get him. Looks like his injury concerns with his ankles and all that are all over. He's back to his best, okay? Tim English, 135. This is against Lloyd Meek. It looks good, but it's not really that good. He kicked 2 goals as well. 2 goals against Meek, scored a 135. That's not huge, okay? Like Gorn against a player like Meek went 180, 170. So English is thereabouts, but it's not like he's setting the world on fire. Now, Dale is the one I want to talk about. 2 weeks ago, I was asked, Dale, I even said, he'll never do this again. Scored a 175 2 weeks ago. I said, forget it, it's just a one-off, okay? Well, then he backed it up for 130 last week. And that 130 then opened our eyes, okay? So something's happening here. What's going on with Dale? Okay, now, what is he doing? Now, Ed Richards was the problem with Dale all these years. Ed Richards played in the back line. Now, we had to wait to see where Ed Richards was going to play once Libba came back, because Ed Richards was playing in the midfield. So we thought if Libba comes and plays in the midfield, Ed Richards goes back to defence. Okay, that common sense, right? Okay, but when you got Bevo as the coach, there's no such thing as common sense. So Ed Richards didn't go back to that back line. Okay, Ed Richards played a bit of everywhere: midfield, forward line, a bit of back line, but not much. Okay, I've seen him there a few times, but he was more or less everywhere. So, which then tells me that Dale has a role that pretty much there's not many defenders in Supercoach that have this role. That they look for him every single time. As soon as they got the ball, they take a mark in the midfield, or let's say they're a centre half forward, or maybe even in the midfield. They'll take a mark. Dale go running past. They'll look for Dale. They'll pass it to Dale, and then he'll be kicking a long one into the forward line. Dale is their go-to man, pretty much all the time. So I think Dale is going to finish as a top 6 defender. And I think the way he's played the last 3 weeks, he's nearly a must-have. He's 525k now. It's still a good price. I'm happy that I paid 70k extra for the information, because if I got Dale at 450k, and then Dale scored, let's say, a 70 or an 80, because Ed Richards was taking his points, it would have been a wasted trade and a massive disappointment, and I would have to trade Dale out. But now that I have the knowledge, knowing that Ed Richards is not going to be in that he's not going to be in that defensive line, going to play midfield, especially now that Libba is out. And Libba could, they're talking about possible retirement now for Libba. So it makes Dale now a very juicy prospect. And in that last quarter, they moved him forward, probably towards the end of that last quarter. They moved him forward, and his score could have been anything. Could have been a 130, 140 again. So I'm locking Dale in this week. I'm going to bring him in, I think. Now, going further down, Jack McRae. He scored 81, had 21 touches, went at 90%. He looked good, but he just didn't have the opportunity. 70% time on ground. He just wasn't given that opportunity. Maybe now with Libba out, he'll get more opportunity. So these scores could go now into the 90s, which then puts him into the top 6 category. So just wait and see on Jack McRae. And speaking of Libba, it's time to trade him out. you have to let him go now. It's a shame. It's very sad for me that I've actually never had Libba in my team. I announced him as the weapon last year. I didn't start him. I was looking forward to grabbing him before the end of the buys. It's not going to happen now. Unfortunately for Libba, those head knocks have just been too much. Now, going further down, Garcia looks like his job security has also increased now with Libba injured. Not that he gets the midfield minutes, but he shares that midfield time when Libba was out, and he's a bit of a tough nut. So Garcia now looks to be a good rookie. Okay, hopefully good job security as well, and didn't get subbed off or didn't even start as a sub. So looking good for Brambles right now, or Garcia right now. Sam Darcy. I want to talk about Sam Darcy. Disappointing is not the words I want to describe him as. A spud is the better choice. Now, Sam Darcy scored a 49, okay? We know he's up and down. He kicked a goal as well. He was nowhere near it, okay? Also went at 22% disposal efficiency. That doesn't help, okay? We now go to Hawthorn and Dylan Moore. Now, Dylan Moore, once again, only had one goal and 140 Supercoach points, so he's become a top 6 as well. Now we've got to wait for his price to drop, and it looks like he's going up and up. I didn't jump on. I mean, I've jumped on others, and that didn't work, so I didn't jump on Dylan Moore. He's going to be up and down like a yo-yo, but at the moment, he's just playing too good. So keep an eye on Dylan Moore, wait for a price drop, and just jump on him. I probably have him ahead of Bolton right now, Dylan Moore. Going further down, let's have a look. Who else is there? Lloyd Meek scored at 106, had 45 hitouts to Tim English's 31 and Sam Darcy's 7. So Lloyd Meek had a day out. Scored the 106, had a good game. Further down, Jai Newcomb is just not doing it. 95, it's not enough. Further down, that's pretty much it at Hawks. Plus, the boy that a lot of people got is Ambrosios, Massimos Ambrosios. Scored the 44. If you still got him, trade him. Okay, he's got to go now. Okay, last quarter he was pretty much stuck on the bench. He must have no tank. 62% time on ground. There's something wrong with Ambrosios' last quarters. Maybe in his contract it says only 3 quarters. That's enough for me. I don't play 4 quarters. I don't know what it is. Just coming down. Okay, I don't know what it is. Now we go to the Brisbane Lions and the Gold Coast game. Now this game was a difference between me being in the top 50 and the top 108. Okay, this was the game. Now, when everything is going so good for you, sometimes it's just too good to be true. You know, you can't get into the top 100s because, what can go wrong? Okay, well, let's start with Brisbane Lions first. Okay, now, Lachie Neale, 168. He's got the bye coming up soon in round 12. Straight after his bye, just grab him. Okay, I'm going to sort one of my round 14 bye players to him. Josh Dunkley as well. Looking good. I'm probably going to grab him as well. Probably grab 2 of them, okay? Neil and Dunkley, because there's not many good players without the round 14 bye that are midfielders, but these 2 are. Now, then you go to Zorko. If you can recall last week, I brought Zorko in. Then I had a change of plans. Okay, I had a brainstorm. Okay, now with the brainstorm, I decided I thought that Zorko was going to play in the forward line, which it worked out. The brainstorm was correct. He played in the forward line. Okay, so I was giving myself high fives. What a decision. Okay, so he scored a 50 odd. Okay, wasn't much. So who did I bring in instead? I brought in the spud from the Dogs. I brought in McRae. He scored a 77? Or just say 80. Okay, he scored an 80. So in McRae's 2 games, he scored me 160. Okay, 2 games. Now Zorko did that in 1 game, 160. So the other game, last week's game, would have been a bonus of 50 points. So the move backfired on me, and I should have brought Zorko in. It didn't work. So Zorko, I can't bring in this week, but next week, Zorko is 100% coming into Abs Magic. Okay, he's coming in. Actually, his prices are going to be cheap. Let's have a look at his price. Now, if Zorko scores a 120 next week, he goes to 560k. That's pretty much grab him, because after that, once he's got the 160 and the 120 in the system, that 50 that he's got in that system drops off. That's when it's a bye-bye Charlie with Zorko. He's going to run away, okay? He's going to be unattainable. And if he scores, let's say he scores a 150 next week, then he plays Richmond, okay? So against Richmond, he may score 150, okay? He's at 630k. If he scores another, say 130, 655k, it's too late. You want to get him now. So next week is the last time you can get Zorko before the bus takes off. The Zorko bus is about to leave, just coming down. Now, Bruce Revel scored that 59. He actually looked good. I just don't know about his job security at the Lions, because the Lions are going for a lot of these young rookies coming through, but they don't give them many games. Okay, so I'm not 100% sold on this young boy. Kai Lohman, he went nuts. 98. That's huge. So if any of you have held Lohman or got Lohman, you'll be very happy right now. 98. That's massive. That's against Gold Coast. Okay, now Gold Coast. Let's talk about Gold Coast. I don't understand the Gold Coast. They're pretenders. They're not really the top 4, top 6 that Hardwick made them out to be. Okay, they're bullies. They bully the teams that are weak, but when they come against a strong team, they're like little chickens. Okay, they're not that good. Okay, now Sam Flanders. He's a Jet. I brought him in this week. Very happy with the choice. Okay, scored a 128. Now, problem with Flanders now. Now Hardwick, I don't know where he's going to play him. He played him a little bit on the forward line towards the end. So Flanders sort of played in defence, okay, which I really liked his role in defence. Midfield, I like his role in the midfield, but then he played a little bit of forward. So hopefully he goes back to that defensive midfield role. 128, had a great game. Took Miller, 93, Anderson, 92. Now, these two weren't tagged, okay? The player that was tagged was Rao, who scored 65. Now, when you got your main man tagged, and he was heavily tagged, the minute he touched the ball, they jumped on him, okay? He virtually had no chance. The minute the main man is tagged, you've got to have the other two supporting him and breaking out. But they didn't, okay? Miller and Anderson, downhill skiers, both of them, okay? They rely on weaker opponents. When they come against the strong ones, they fail. Both of them do. I've seen it, okay? Real had his first failed game this week. He did fail against the Dogs, against Libba, but that game, it was a tough one for him. But they're going to bounce back next week hard, okay? So I'm expecting a massive game from the Gold Coast Suns. They're playing North Melbourne, so they have to bounce back. And Matt Real had 16 touches, went at 75%. Tackle count was low. Contested possessions was low. Every time he got a contested possession, he got tackled. Like I said, he had no chance. In other games, they don't tackle him the way the Lions did. Virtually, Berry was all over him. Berry had 7 tackles. Dunkley had 8 tackles. Both of them were all over him. He had no chance. So this game, disappointing for me, for Real. I was so upset. 65. At the end, I was actually happy to have a 65. It was going that bad. And going down, we've got Graham. He struggled. 59. 8 of those were tackles. He got 32 points from tackles, 27 points from general play. Actually struggled bad. Again, against a strong team. And Messi had a bad game. 43. He even took some kick-ins towards the end, which gave him a boost in points because Flanders no longer had the kick-ins. He was playing up the field. So they gave the job to Messi. Now, it'll be interesting to see if Messi keeps this job with the kick-ins now and Flanders moves up the ground. So we're going to find out what's going to happen now with the Gold Coast. And Buck Rogers. Now, let's talk about Buck Rogers. 21. You would have paid top dollar for this rookie, and that result is disappointing. Round one, he scored 28, I think, from memory. 21 in, not round one, but his first game. And now 21 this week. That's two bad scores and one good score. It doesn't give you much confidence in Buck Rogers. Now I'm going to get into some of the charts of some of the players that I really like. But before I do that, we're going to go through some of our league matchups this week. And let's see what happened, okay? Because I know we copped a belting in a few of these games. Now let's go have a look at the Classic now. Classic Leagues game day, okay? Now, what happened? Let's have a look. Game day. Now, in the Scodfather Cup number 1, M3V, that's Andrew's team. It was just too strong, okay? There was a stage where I was going to defeat him, but at the end, Andrew's team just dominated, especially when my boys at the Gold Coast didn't produce nothing, just coming down. Now, Scodfather Cup 2, the Hooligans, that's James's team. Now, they must have ganged up with Andrew, the two of them. They must have the same team, because they scored similar, and the same results. We got smashed. Now, we'll get to Scodfather Legends in a minute. I want to talk about now Scodfather Cup 3. And this is Simon's team. Now, Simon also, 2282, scored similar to the other two boys. Okay, the three of them get ganged up on me. Now, Simon is the young gentleman that was the one that gave me that little T-shirt that he made for me and sent to my house. He's a very fine young man, Simon is. And when I said to Simon, I said, I'm going to add you to Scodfather Cup group just to have a match-up. He was honoured, and he said, there's no way I'm going to beat you anyway, so there's no point adding me. I said, just get in there, just come down. Well, he just smashed me. So I'm very happy for the young man. It's called the Slims Garrison. That's Simon's team. I'm actually happy that I lost to Simon, okay, because he deserved to win. Now, let's go further down. And we go to Scodfather. Where's Scodfather Cup 4? Oh, there it is here. That's Scott's team. Whores and Balls. Now, they had a defeat this week. Okay. One of the rare teams that I beat. Okay, now that was Scott's team. I apologise, Scott. Now, going further down, Scodfather Cup 5. And we've got Aaron's team. He says here, I've got a hard week. Now, he also beat me. We copped it the Friday. How did I lose? I got top 3% score. Top 3%. And I lost all my games. I can't work it out. I'm playing as professionals. Okay, now, Aaron, another professional. He just beat me. Now, let's go further down. Scodfather Cup 6. And this is Luke's team. It says, thanks, Basil. And, well, thank you to Basil. I actually beat his team 21-20. But look at the next game, okay? Markon Markov, that's Logan's team. Now, Markon Markov ranked first. As Magic ranked second. This was a blockbuster. That was a sellout. MCG crowd was huge. 90,000 at the game. And my boys, my spuds, they didn't turn up. They got smashed, okay? But at half time, the game was over. Markon Markov's team were just laughing and poking tongues at our team. Just coming down. Now, I'm going to get to Scodfather Legends in a minute. I just want to show you something now. Supercoach of Diaz League. We played against Verns, and we went through Verns' team. He would have smashed me as well if he didn't captain Green. So unlucky for Verns. But check this out, right? Ranked 39. That's huge. Okay, let's check out all the rankings. Okay, Dr. Supercoach of Diaz League is ranked. That's out of 13,823. Ranked 39. Now we got a Scodfather Cup 1. That's ranked 28. That's unbelievable. This is people in this group. I didn't choose them. They came in themselves. Okay, all of you just in this group joined yourselves. Ranked 28. It's insane. Okay, Scodfather Cup 2 ranked 111. That's still huge. Okay, now let's go further down. Scodfather Cup 3. Okay, this one's ranked 316. It's still huge. Okay, out of 13,800, but that's not bad, okay? Scodfather Cup 4, ranked 76. Everyone here is a professional player. I don't know how this happened, okay? Now let's go further down. Scodfather Cup 5, okay? Ranked 30. Just coming down. How's that possible? Okay, now, 30th best league, Scodfather Cup 5. All picked randomly, okay? But they're all good. Now, go further down. Scodfather Cup 6, ranked 70, another strong one. And if that wasn't enough, you got a Scodfather Cup 7, ranked 14th. Can you believe this? Now, this is unbelievable, okay? Very proud of every single one of you that are playing in my leagues. I can't believe this. I don't deserve to play for you guys. Now, if we go further up, Scodfather Legends, ranked 8th, okay? This is the Legends League, okay? So, you guys in the other leagues have to catch up to the Legends, okay? Or ranked number 8. Now, let's go through all the games at Scodfather Cup Legends this week. Now, Supercoach Edge had a victory, scored a 2020. It's very similar to my score. Had a victory over Horses for Courses. That's my boy Mick. Abs Magic came back from behind to defeat Dan Batten. Okay, I apologise to Dan. He's a good boy, Dan Batten. Actually, Dan Batten is a very funny man. Okay, if you meet him in life, real life, I just talked to him for 2 minutes. I can't stop laughing. He's so funny. So, Dan Batten, unfortunately for him, I had a victory there. Now, Supercoach of DR, similar score to myself, but Januf, this week, it was Januf's week. He went nuts. He's actually in the top 700 now, or top 800, Januf. He's gone huge, had a massive game. Very proud of him, very happy for him. And scored a 23.59. And this is despite going overseas for a holiday. He can still manage to score well. But now he's back. Now, my boy here, Swizz, he's been unlucky this year. He's had liver. He's had anything that you can have unluckiness. Swizz has copped it. Okay, so sometimes I look up and people put down the experts. I say, why you shouldn't be an expert, but Swizz is genuinely an expert, okay? And unfortunately for Swizz this year, he just copped a bit of punishment from the wrong players. I mean, I copped it last year, and now this year it's Swizz's turn. And Selby, as expected, had his victory. So Selby had a big win, 21.86, and Selby copped a hammering too this week, but still, he managed to win. Now, Tim Mitchell played up against his cousin, Bryce Mitchell. Well, they're actually not cousins, but I just made that up, but it sounds good anyway. So, the Mitchell family, okay, Tim versus Bryce, and Tim had the victory there. Now, Smoking Joe, something wrong with Smoking Joe this year. He doesn't have Gorn. Sometimes just one player, it just ruins your season. And unfortunately for Smoking Joe, it's gone. And Ben from Supercoach Insiders had a big win there. He had a percentage booster. Now, we go to George and JD, and JD had his victory over George. It was a close game, but JD just over the line on this game. And Steve, SDD Supercoach, played a rampaging Mini Monk, okay? Mini Monk, as you know, defeated Abs Magic a couple of weeks ago. We were very upset with him, okay? We haven't been talking since. But anyway, Mini Monk, he's on a rampage right now. Every week he's going big. He's looking to finish in the top 100, I think. He's a champion player, doing really well. Now, going further down, now MJ this week has turned up. He's gone huge. So MJ had his second win, and he beat JP, and now JP is having a shot. Well, actually, let's have a look at JP's team. What's going on with JP? Okay, JP, what did he do? Well, the above copped a 5. Well, MJ got the 300, the captain score, so he did very well with Dacos, okay? Where did JP go? Well, JP had 5, okay? That's another problem. Okay, he had a bit of bad luck. Got Combat in, hoping that Combat would be a good player. It didn't work out. Captain gone. So everything that can go wrong for JP went wrong this week. Had Harley Reid. Darcy didn't produce. So Roberts didn't produce. So all the bad things happened to JP this week. Now, if you don't know who JP is, JP actually won Supercoach the year I came 4th. So we become good friends. So JP will bounce back. Now, going to the next matchup, it was Al Payton against Pistol. Now, Al Payton is rampaging right now in this league. Okay, he's unbeatable. Al Payton is. Okay, we have to pin him down and gang up on him. So he had another win. He just finds a way to win. So 22-59 against Pistol, 22-21. We all had similar scores, but always somehow Al Payton finds the extra 2 points to win it. Now, Al Payton is rampaging at the top. 7 wins and 1 loss. Okay, now, Abs Magic coming second with Januff and Brendan from the Mini-Monk. The two boys here are on fire right now, in massive form. So, top 4 is these 4. Then you got Supercoach Edge on 20. Tim Mitchell, not far behind. And Dan Batten and Supercoach of the Year. Okay, that's top 8. And they're only 1 game behind second, so there's nothing in it. And then the rest, okay? And then you got some boys banging the door down, okay? You got Selby here. You got JD banging the door down. Pistol, Bent's come back. Smoking Joe's around there somewhere, okay? And then you got George and Swizz on 12 points each. George has been very unlucky. He's copped a few 3-point losses. He should be a lot higher than what he is right now. Just unlucky with a couple of the games. Actually, 3 games under 10 points. So he could have been on 6 wins. Okay, he could have been second. That's how unlucky he's been. And then you got JP, MJ, Mick from Horse to Courses, and Bryce Mitchell on 8 points. Now Stephen from SSD Supercoach is holding up the whole league. He's on 4 points. 1 win and 7 loss. Do something. Just come down. Mind you, Steve from SSD is actually not doing that bad. He's ranked 11,000. That's not that bad. Okay. Top 10,000 is not easy to get to. So he's doing okay. It's just he's probably about 100, 200 points outside the top 2,000. Not far behind. It's just his matchups have been a bit hard for him. Sometimes he's copped the hard ones. Probably the easier games are coming up. He's going to play JP soon, I think, so I'll see how that goes. We now go to the Scodfather group. Now the league ranking is number 3. Okay, the third rank group going around right now. At the top, we have a new leader. Now check this out. The top 10, 5 of the top 10 are in our group. Can you believe this? Okay, now Dow or Never Joe. Now, if you're watching this, which I'm sure you are, okay, Joe, I want to hear from you, okay? I want to know who you are. We want to know about you. No one knows enough about who Joe is. And he's a tiger. Just come down. There's 2 tigers at the top. And so, Joe, make some noise and tell us who you are, okay? In the comments below, if you're watching this today, which I'm sure you are, because when you're ranked number 1, you're going to be watching, okay? So please make a comment. We want to hear from you, Joe. And we want to check out, actually, let's check out Joe's team. What has Joe got? Okay, well, he's got Dale. Okay, Joe's got Dale. He's got problems this week, okay? He's got Yo. He needs another defender here, and he's going to get rid. I'm not sure if Joe's going to keep Yo and then going to get rid of Sheezels as well. Joe's got the similar team to mine, except Dale's a good choice. Okay, I've got the governor there. Okay, Joe's gone with the Dale. Probably got him cheap as well. Now, in the midfield, he's got Steele. Okay, he's got Hayden Young still. Okay, I'd say he's got Nick Martin. I think Joe's got a lot of trades left. He hasn't used up a lot of his trades, I'd reckon. Okay, because if he's still got Young and Nick Martin, he's held them. Okay, it looks like Joe's a very patient man. Okay, he's not like the Scodfather who has no patience. Okay, that's why he's ranked number 1 and I'm ranked 108. Anyway, Joe's also got Sweet on the bench. And he's kept Meek. Okay, now Joe, very solid player. Joe plays this game very solid, okay? And midfield is strong. He's got 2 rookies here. He's going to upgrade this week. I'm not sure how much cash he's got. He's even got Campbell still. How's that possible, Joe? He's got a bench problem here with Yun, which I've got the same problem, but he's got Livingstone. Campbell's then down, so he needs a forward. It needs 2 forwards, possibly 3 forwards. So He's got McRae like I got him. Okay, so he's going to have to get Zorko somehow. But the team is looking good. Wilson probably needs to shift into this forward line. Okay, I'm not sure how you're going to do it, Joe. Maybe get rid of Campbell, push Wilson into the forward line, and then bring in one of the big guns. That's what I would do. Campbell has to go. I think that's probably the best move for Joe. At least that way that forward line strengthens up. But that's a good team. Okay, now, Joe's coming first. Had a huge week, 24-26, and that's with Campbell and the team. Okay, can you work that? Imagine if he had a good forward line. He would have got 2,700s. And now he doesn't have Green. That helps. Now, Victor, my boy, Victor from Tiger Time. Now, he's dropped to 4th. He was sweating. He had a few problems this week. What did he have? What went wrong for Victor? Well, he had Zorko. A 160 saved him. But also Wilson he had. But his problem was Bolton at 36. Let him down big time. Green at 5. He got Powell there. So he's got a few problems. As you can see, Joe doesn't have Powell. Okay, we have Powell, and Powell's a problem for us. But everyone's got different problems. There's no team right now that doesn't have a problem. And mind you, Victor's got problems. He's at number 4. Okay, imagine us. Okay, now Chevy's Titans. That's Nathaniel's team. Now we don't know much about Nathaniel either. So Nathaniel, if you're watching this, please put in the comments down below. Talk to us, okay? We get lonely. Just have a chat. Anyway, let's have a look at Chevy Titans team now. Chevy Titans. Defense is strong. Got Roberts on the bench. That's a tough, strong defense. Got no Yo problems. He's done all this without Yo, which is quite good. Chisel's going to be a problem for him. He's going to make a decision now. What are you going to do with Chisels? Okay. Has to make a decision with Steele. I'm not sure what to do with Steele. He's kept Crouch, which is good. Kept Grundy, which is pretty good. And put Sweat on the bench. Forward line, similar to most. Okay, got Powell, got Darcy. Needs a bit of work. Well, so does everyone else. So it's a strong team. Very strong team. That's Chevy time. Now, my good friend here, Syed the Shaq, okay, legend. Now, let's have a look at his team. Now, we all know the Shaq. He's on Twitter. Now, Shaq's team has got a bit of a defense problem. Okay, plus got Caulfield. We have to get rid of this Caulfield player. Maybe we might as well hold him now. He's going to come back soon, hopefully. Which then makes me think, when Caulfield comes back, what happens to Dale? Okay, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked that question, but doesn't matter. We can trade him out. Anyway, so Caulfield to come back. Midfield looks strong, although I let him down this week. Walsh. He brought in Oliver early. Okay, that's jumped the gun. The gamble paid off. So Oliver's already in there. It's a good pickup. Got Wilson in the midfield, which means that he had to cop 517. He's got a problem in the 2 DNPs there. He's got 4 DNPs. Okay, that's a problem. 5 DNPs. We got to fix this up. Okay. Say this has to get fixed. I don't like the 5 DMPs. You have to get rid of some of these. Okay. You might have to take it one step back and get at least. Maybe I don't know who you're going to get rid of. Maybe you have to get rid of Rowlands. Okay. It's a tough one. Okay. That's a problem. Now, let's go for all the teams now. We got James. He chatted to me on Twitter, okay, and bringing Sexton back. He's over the moon. James is ranked 22, unbelievable. We got Jamie Savers Super Boot. Okay, now he jumped from 61 to 30 this week, doing well. We got Nathan Natters, okay, or Natter Dollars, and ranked 31. Also jumped up from 92 this week, so massive jump for Netta. Now we got Wango, that's zero pressure, went up 467 spots to 37. That's huge. Wango, have a chat to us, Wango, in the comments. Now we got Neil, that's Zorros, okay, coming 40th. Up 138 spots, huge for him as well. Neil, you haven't chat to us as well. We got so many in the top 100s. We got Alien Adventures, that's Vessel's team, ranked 58, having a huge year. We got Jesse, Jet Express, and this week he had an Express up from rank nearly 400 up to 68. Huge. We got to my boy here, Stephen, the Dingalings. Okay, now, as a very good boy, Stephen, had a bad week. Scored 21-27, still in the top 100, ranked 85, but devastated this week. And let's have a look what went wrong. Okay, let's have a look. What happened to him? Well, Sheezels let us all down. Yo got injured, so that let him down. Okay, the governor held. These boys all did good. The defense is strong, and now he's going to build on this defense with Yo out. Now, Sarong, Merritt, Rail let him down big time. He would have been so upset. And then Messi let him down. Maybe could have had Sharp on field, but who would put Sharp when you got Messi? Okay, but anyway, Sharp played better. Roberts let him down. Had a few. Sweet let him down. Fife, he had a disaster week. Fife let him down. Why didn't you swap Fife with Lafau in the last game? You should have done that. You knew Fife was a sub. You must have missed it. Our boy here, Liontown, is back. Okay, he was in the top 10 recently. He was actually leading at one stage from memory. I can't remember. I'm sure he was. So, Liontown is back. Okay, now, had a big week, 22-31. Jared Skits Fits. Okay, and he's back. Okay, 97. And that's the top 100. Now, difference between Jared's team, ranked 97, and Abs Magic, ranked 108, is only 8 points. So I'm actually 8 points away from 97th. So I could be even less from the top 100. That's how close it was. I was so close, just coming down. Now, the top 10 scores this week. And Gone, but not forgotten. Had a 24-57. That's huge. He's in the top 150 now. He's killing. Heath is a happy boy. Now Shaq, that's Syed. We talked about him already. 24-56. Back to the top 10. He goes back with big scores. Syed does. Now Wangho, zero pressure. Top 37. Scored a 24-54. Finn Taginis, that's Ben's team. 24-49. He's also ranked well, 487. We have Baz's Bulls, that's Barry's team, 24-47. Coming out number 6 this week is Tian. Okay, now Tian scored, it's do or die, 2024 for him. Okay, his times are tough. Okay, now he scored a 24-43. Went up 26,000 spots. It's do or die, and he's doing right now. Now we go to Timothy's team. Here it is. Timothy's team. Miri Cabbage, 24-34. That's huge. Went up to 15-23. And Dow or never. What a time to produce the goods. Okay. He had the 8th highest score in our group. Now ranked number 1. Huge week for him. Anthony the Hot Wheels. Okay. 24-24. Ranked 13,000. And to finish off the top 10, we have Alex, Tecton FC, 24-19. Now, what we're going to do today is a shopping list, okay? Now, sometimes the missus will say to you, look, can you go to Coles? And they give you a list, the bananas, the spuds, whatever they want, okay? The milk, they want something, okay? They give you a shopping list. So, we're going to produce a shopping list right now of the players that we're going to be targeting and the players that look good, okay? So let's start with this list. Let's start with defenders. Which defenders are on the radar right now, okay? Now, this is not just my shopping list. This is a shopping list for everybody, okay? Now, because Coles is a big shopping centre, so I'm going to shop at Coles. So who's got the low break-evens and who's worth bringing in right now? Well, number 1 on the shopping list for defenders, it should be Luke Ryan. You got that 197 in the system. His price is going to go to 700k very soon. Okay, so and he plays St Kilda soon as well, so it could go nuts. So Luke Ryan is one of the defenders you must have. Okay, if you don't have Luke Ryan in your team, and he's scoring these 197s. Big problems, okay? Now, if you don't have Luke Ryan and you don't have Nick Dacos, then we have a problem, okay? Now, Nick Dacos, his break-even is 78. Mind you, Luke Ryan's break-even is 64, okay? So Luke Ryan is more a priority than Dacos, but Dacos is also must-have now. Even though he's at 626k, he's still cheaper than his starting price. So next on that list, we're going to put in Dacos. Now, going further down, okay, Sheezels and Yo. Okay, now Yo is out for 2 weeks. Now, we're going to do a sellers list. Okay, shop that's defenders. Okay, let's put Yo down the bottom here. Is a trade out. Okay, so these are trade outs for defenders. Yo, I'm happy to collect the 602k cash. His break even, it becomes 125. He may get it, but he may miss 2 weeks. He may miss 1 week. But now that he's got this niggle, it worries me. Okay, now I can't afford, and plus got the round 14 bye. I'd rather replace him now with a player that has a round 15 bye and just get out the way, okay? Because round 14, we have a few problems, as you know. So, Yo is a trade out for me. Sheezel is a massive problem. 168 break even. What are you going to do with him now? Let's say he scores a 105 this week. He loses 28k if he scores a 105. We're going to have to cop it, okay? Because I want to see him 1 more week. Because if he scores a 130, that means you can just keep him. If he scores a 105, you still may keep him because we have other problems to fix right now. But if he scores a 78 again, we have a problem. Have to sell him. Has to go. So Sheezel, not this week, but next week. Next week is a trade out option. Let's give him another week because he's been a good boy. Now, Nick Martin. Break even is 91. Let's have a look at his scores. Okay, if you don't have Nick Martin. His last... Well, have a look at his scores. 136, 133. I missed these 2 scores. I brought him in at 100. And then he scored a 114, 124, 122. And scoring a 122 against a bad team, mind you, West Coast isn't that bad right now, but a 122 against a weaker opposition is actually a good thing because it's hard to score against weaker oppositions. So these scores are good. He's become almost top 6. So Nick Martin, if you don't have him, goes on that list as well. And his break even, what is it? It's at 91. So it's pretty high. It's much higher than what Dacos is and then what Luke Ryan is. But if you don't have Nick Martin, you're going to have to find a way to get him in. Okay, so that's another one you have to get in. Now, Vlastuin, no. McGovern, I'd say no now. Okay, plus he's got the round 14 bye. I'm going to probably get rid of McGovern eventually. McGovern's break even it's pretty much what he's scoring. Okay, he's not setting the world on fire right now. So McGovern, I can actually almost say it was a mistake. Okay, he scored. I mean, he's consistent. All right, he scored me that 120, the 113. Then he had that bad game against Richmond because the ball never got there. Then he scored a 189 because he had to play full back that game, and then a 101. So his scoring is there. It's just not high enough, okay? But it is consistent, besides that Richmond game. So McGovern's a pass. McGrath's a pass. Lockie Whitfield. Now, this is interesting. His scoring is up and down like a yo-yo, okay? You can almost grab him. It's going to score 54, 125. How do you back up a 125 or 54? Okay, but mind you, it was in the wet, okay? Now, his matchups coming up are against Essendon, the Dogs, Geelong. No tags there. He'll get tagged on this game. That's around, he has around 12 bye, then he gets tagged. I don't know, okay? I don't know about him. You can pick him up around 14, but you could have got him cheaper because around 14, then got around 15. Around 14, you might get tagged as well. Actually, probably not because the tag is actually out for the year, so probably not. But anyway, it's something. It's not no urgency on Whitfield. Okay, don't rush. Hayden Young, I say the same thing. Don't rush on Hayden Young, although his scores have been decent, very similar. Hayden Young is very similar to McGovern. Just not doing it high scores week in, week out. So I say not a must-have. Same as Wangan and Milera, not a must-have, okay? Although Milera now, with Sinclair now moving into that midfield, Milera now becomes a better proposition, okay? So something to consider is Milera, okay? Let's have a look. Watch him again this week, okay? If he could be okay now, okay? Taking the kick-ins, he may improve a lot now. Let's see how he goes this week against Hawthorn, okay? And then we'll find out. Now, Newman, okay, his scores, where is his scores, are not consistent enough. Even though Williams is out, I still don't trust Newman, okay? It's up and down too much. So Newman's a pass. Dale, we just spoke about him before. I think I'm going to have to grab him. And I have him, the wrong button, okay? I have him second on the list. And I explained the reasons before why. So Luke Ryan is number one priority, then Dale, then Dacos, then Nick Martin for the defenders. And you can now add in there McKercher. Okay, now let's put McKercher. I don't know where to put McKercher. I can't get McKercher. It's going to be too hard for me. And plus, do I trust North Melbourne system? What happens when McKercher goes downhill? I'm going to watch him for another week. If he's that good, I'll pay $350K for him. Okay, it's worth it. So the same thing. You pay $310K or $380K. He's still cheap if he's going to be a primo. So I'm happy to wait. Similar to what I did with Dale. I paid extra, but I'm happy to pay the extra knowing that he's going to be a keeper and a good player. So McKercher, I'm happy to wait. Now, that's it for the defenders. Now, the sick dog, I was told to give him a mention on the video today. Okay, now, sick dog played collarbone out. They put it back in. Ankle twisted. They fixed it up. Okay, now, played full forward, kicked a goal. Great game from the captain, the sick dog. Okay, and give him the mention because somebody asked me to do so. Just cover down. But for Supercoach relevancy-wise, he's a pass still, not interested. We now go to the midfield, and Caleb Sarong is 639K. Now, his break-even's 87. Fixtures coming up. Okay, let's have a look who he's playing next. Sydney's going to be a tough game. Then you've got St Kilda. Collingwood's usually a tough game, even though they don't have midfielders. They're very sleek. Okay, you can't tackle them. Melbourne's an easier game. Dogs will be an easier game now. Gold Coast will be a tough game. You've got Sydney twice. Then you've got Richmond again. The draw's good. You've got Melbourne twice as well. Also got GWS. The draw's very good. With Caleb Sarong, he's absolute must-have. But I'm not sure if he's a must-have this week. But let's put him in that shopping list. So let's put Sarong there. Next, Zach Merritt. Now with Zach Merritt, let's go back to his summary. His break-even's 114, which is what he's getting. So he's at his right price now, which is 636K. He's not a must-have at that price. His draw is unbelievable. Have a look at this draw now coming up. It's insane, okay? But the good thing with Zach Merritt is his draw is insane. It's GWS, don't have a midfield. It's North Melbourne, Richmond. Okay, then you got Gold Coast, a bit tougher. Then you got Carlton, a little bit tougher, but they're not that hard, okay? They don't look at Collingwood, what they did to them. And then you got West Coast. Geelong don't have a midfield, so the draw is really good. And tag-wise, there's no tag coming here. No one's going to tag. Maybe Geelong will tag him. That's round 16, so that's far away. So the draw's good. He's averaging 119 in his last 3 games, which is not bad. However, Parrish, who's 100k cheaper, is also averaging 119 last 3 games. So for me, if you want to get the same draw as this, you're better off to get Parrish. Okay, same thing as Merritt virtually, and Merritt kicked 2 or 3 goals to get his score. Parrish had no goals and got the same score. So I have Parrish because of his price above Merritt right now as a must-have. Although Merritt is also a must-have. Okay, so they're both must-haves. Now, Matt Rowell now is not a must-have. You have to wait for him. His price is going to drop down to starting price again. Okay, so just wait on Matt Rowell. Zach Butters, his price is dropping. His break-even, what is it? It's actually quite high. There's no rush to get Zach Butters. Break-even is 148, so don't rush. Okay, and he's playing Geelong this week. Probably cops a tag from Geelong, so it's got a tough matchup. So don't rush on Zach Butters. The Bond, however, break-even at 111. He's priced at the right price. So you can add the Bont in there if you don't have him, okay? We're not going to add the Bont because most people should have him. How many people have the Bont? Where is it? Okay, it's 51%. Let's just add the Bont in there, okay? Bont. Going further down the order, Jack Steele, no. Who else? Trelaw, no. Laird, wait and see. Scored a 98. I don't approve it. It didn't do well. Tom Green, no. Brayshaw, no. There's not much more except for one boy. Okay, even Dawson, no. Scored at 94. There's one boy, and we've got to add him in here, and that's Oliver. And I actually put him right next to Parrish as one of the biggest must-haves, okay? I'll put it next to Parrish. So Parrish and Oliver. I'll put an asterisk next to the must. I'll put a dollar sign, okay? Dollars, because they're gonna go up. Dollars, and McKercher is the dollars. Who else is the dollar? Dale is the dollars. Their break-evens are low. Luke Ryan is the dollars, okay? Now these are the low break-evens. You can't get them at this price again, okay? For a while. Actually, you can't because you're too busy doing other things. You're going to miss out. If you don't get these now at this price, you won't get them again because you'll have other fish to fry. So that's our midfields. We're going to pass on the rucks, okay? Rucks, we all know. It's set and forget or you got sweet, okay? So don't worry about the rucks for now. Let's go to the forward line. Okay. Now, actually, go back to the midfield. The players to take out of that midfield is Libba. Libba is one, okay? And Connor Rosie, possibly Rosie. Now, with Rosie, we're going to watch him and pick him. He's 521k. We can get him for about 480k soon. And when he comes back, let him play 2 games, and we'll get him about 480k on the bye rounds. So, perfect timing for us. Just after his bye, pick him up. Swap him for around 4 player and make some cash. And that's about it for the midfield. And LDU, don't touch him, okay? Just forget it. Even if he's at 450k, I wouldn't be interested in LDU. I don't want no North Melbourne players in my team. Anyway, let's get to the forward line now. And this is where all the action now, all the problems start. But we've got some forwards now. We've found some forwards. We can almost identify the top 6 now. The top 6 forwards. Actually, let's go top 6 forwards, okay? Let's go averages. Now, actually, they're there anyway. The top 4 are there. Heaney, Flanders, next week Hayes, we're going to pick him up. 228k. Make sure you have cash for Hayes and Zorko. And Zorko is the must-have this week. So, Zorko, actually next week, because his break-even is still 100. So, Zorko, Heaney don't rush on, okay? If you don't have him yet, okay? How many people have Heaney? 48% have Heaney. Actually, go down. Zorko's owned by 6.5%. Flanders 53%. I'm one of those now. Okay. Hayes owned by 0.1%, but just wait 1 week. The next player you want to get is Dylan Moore. He's owned by 1.4%. Okay. Now Moore goes into this category now, but we have to wait for him. And Moore, the must-haves now, Moore and also Zorko, because not many have Zorko and Moore, plus Hayes. Okay, they're the must-have forwards if you don't already have Heaney and Flanders. And that's about it. Jackson, don't rush on. Okay, his price is very stagnated now. At 600k, he was a sell. Okay, but after that, you just got to hold on to him now. And that's pretty much it. Now, tomorrow's video I'm going to bring out will be all my trades for this week. We're going to go in early. I've got virtually a couple of scenarios. There's 4 players that I want. I don't know which 4 to get. They're going to be, actually, they're on this list, the 4 that I want. Let's have a look. I want Dale, I want McKercher, I want Oliver, and I want Parrish. And I need another boost, but I don't have one. Someone stole my boost, just coming down. Anyway, we got robbed. The boosts are all gone. So there's 3 players that I want, and I haven't even included the rookies that I want. I can't get a rookie this week. It's impossible. So we're just going to go for either Dale, McKercher, Oliver, and Parrish, and have to pick 2 of these. I just don't know which 2 I want now. The following week, it's going to have to be Zorko and Hayes to improve that forward line. So I'll get them 2 in, and maybe even more. Maybe, but I can't afford. I'm running out of cash. Anyway, we'll work it out. That's all for today. Thank you for joining, and remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.